Here we have a 2019 YZ250F. So from 2018, 2019 to today in 2023, these bikes were the bikes to beat in the lights class. And this one has been beat. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time that this bike has been in the shop. Last time it had a clutch plate that broke, went into the transmission, and then a piece of it lodged into the cam chain, causing it to skip time, which made the valves and the piston play patty cake with each other. Went ahead and put a new top end in, got the time right, made sure and got all of those broken pieces out, put it back together, and it was good for a year. And now it's back. I want you to put in the comments what you think is wrong with this. Here in just a moment, I'm gonna let you listen to it. So without further ado, ready? That's better enough. So there's a bad knock. Now we'll go through the process of tearing this down and uncover what is going on and why it's making such a bad sound and why it's not running. Yeah, it looks like it was burning about what you want it to. Moving on. So we're digging a little deeper and we pulled the valve cover off and we found all of this. It seems to be rubbery in nature. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah, there's metal flake in there. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you for a second. After I see that there's metal flakes in the valve cover, I'm not gonna bother with a compression test and I'm not gonna bother with a leak down test. Either one of those is pretty useless to me at this point because I know that there's some sort of internal damage in this motor. I'm not even gonna bother with doing those tests. I'm not really seeing a whole lot there. Pretty fresh too. Yeah, smells like good oil. Because I found so much debris in the valve cover only on this side, I'm really curious to see what is in here. I only found a little bit of debris in the oil and I drained it from the transmission. So when you look up and down in this area, you can see there's a bunch of that plastic rubbery debris. So out of curiosity's sake, we're gonna go here next. Number one. You can see right in here, there's some of that debris. Thought I was gonna find something in here, maybe off the magneto, or all we know is something is getting tore up. Look right here. Those are some pretty good chunks right there. We're gonna go ahead and pull the flywheel to see if there's anything behind there that we might see to give us indication on what's going on. I got old Big Hoss to pull out this sucker. We'll get the puller. Oh yeah. Nothing. Here, maybe you can see all that black stuff all flipped up and down and around the cam chain. That's why I was curious to pull this cover off, see what was going on. I suspect this slider a little bit. No, that is not plastic. That is full on metal. Now I have to say, this is probably my favorite exhaust to pull off the Yamaha. At this point, I need to go ahead and pull the motor because I need to pull it all apart to get all of those metal shavings out and figure out what went wrong. So we're gonna go ahead and take off the shock and take all the rest of the bolts that hold the motor in and pull it out. There's the ticket. Okay. Ow! There we go. We are almost free. All we have is just this right here, and then we are free to pull it out. It is still intact, and I might have to take a few things off in order to get this thing out of here. Oh! Ooh. I see a little issue right here. If you can see that. But cam chains aren't supposed to do that. Now I'm starting to think that this may have flipped out like this. It does spin this way. So if that pops out, it's gonna chew up this slider down in here. And it is a black plastic. So that could explain why we got some black plastic debris. Come on, baby. There we go. Forgot to get that one. Do that. That's good. Remember me showing you the cam chain? So these sliders should not have that line worn in it. I think we found where all this black debris is coming from, and just right in here in the cam chain area. But there's that slider that's got that big old mark all the way down, and then this slider too. Focus. I bet you a lot of this debris got caught in the oil pump, and it might have caused an oiling issue. Alright, let's take this head off. I screwed these pieces of wood down so that the motor won't twist and it holds it up. If that fails, then we'll just use the drill. I know that's not the right way, and I know it's not the preferred way, but let's get her. Oh, but it works great. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Good news. Head looks good. This looks bad. Okay, let me show you the carnage. Get my light here. This is how I found the piston. You can see it's touching on the left side, but it is not on the other side. This over here, it should be pretty tight. Here. You can see there's a big gap. And you can see this right here. That's where the piston's been rocking back and forth. The sound that we were hearing when we were trying to start it, and probably what he heard, was some pretty bad piston slap. So I think we found our issue. Probably has to do with oiling. After that cam chain slider, you can see it a little better now. After this cam chain slider released all that debris from the cam chain, it probably got caught in the oil pump. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the oil pump and see what we got there. But we're gonna pull this cylinder off and inspect it really good. Just hit it with my purse. Shouldn't have anything to do with a lodged piston in there, no. There's some pretty good wear here. I don't know if you can see that very good, but there's some pretty good wear. I can feel that with my bare finger, let alone my fingernail. Oh, I think I found the pieces that were lodged. Oh, this piston looks bad. Wow, I can't even believe it turned over. Wow, I gotta show you this. Carnage, carnage, carnage. Yo, man, this piston got chunked up. I wish I could have been there to see this. This is initially what I saw. I'm actually really impressed that this didn't break. Wow, we got a new curved cylinder head style motor. I like innovation, but I don't think this is going to work that great. I'd probably take a curved cylinder over an e-bike any day. Okay, these bikes have a little filter right here. It's a filter before it goes into the pickup. It usually has a little tab here you can pull off. I really don't think I'll be able to get it out. We will do our best to try to get it out. I am not holding my breath. Oh, oh, might be in. Oh, ooh, I'm gonna get a light on here. Make sure you guys can see this real good. Okay, let's pull this out. You can already see there is a bunch of pieces of the old piston. Yikes. Yeah, I can see why I wouldn't want to let go. Increasingly being less and less careful. Okay, it's gonna come out. There we go. Wow. Yikes. Okay. So there's like some fibrous material. Oh, that's probably from the, yep, those are shavings. Shavings from the sliders. That's what we got. Told you. Told you. Those shavings probably caused an oiling issue, which caused that to happen. Let's go ahead and split this case. Okay, let's do this. All of this needs to come apart anyway to make sure we clean all that debris out, because that sucker made a mess. Ah! Oh! Okay, there was one right here. That's what I missed. One thing about the Yamahas that I like, on this side there's a whole bunch of Allen wrenches, which I don't like the Allen heads, but on this side, the clutch side, it's all 8mm. So you can, if you mix them all up, you know which one goes where. Yep, there's another one hiding right here. You guys are probably all watching this laughing, I don't blame you. Alright. Okay, I'm going to show you this. This is exactly why I had to pull this thing apart. For the most part, the transmission looks decent, other than I can see a little bit of those fibers from the sliders. We got chunks of piston lodged in the pickup. Chunk of something there. course, this guy. We finally got to the bottom of it. I believe the oiling issue caused the piston to chunk its nuts on one side and curve on the other. So, with that, with a new piston, I'm going to go through, clean everything, and make sure there's no debris in the motor. I'm going to check the crank. I'm going to go ahead and put a new piston kit in it. I'm going to check that cylinder. I'm a little worried about it. I don't know if I can hone that out. I will try, but if not, I'm going to get a hold of the owner and say, look buddy, this is all I can do. But after that, and a new cam chain and new sliders, should be ready to go. If you like this content, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe, and we will go ahead and put this thing together and move on to the next project. Thanks for watching.